Hi, so welcome to our bookstore. How can I help you? You have an appointment? Oh, I completely forgot you were coming in. That's right, you asked me to set some books aside for you? Okay. I think I have them all right here. So it shouldn't be a problem. And these books are, I'm not sure if you know how our bookstore works, but some of them I had to pull from the secondhand section, and then some of them I had to pull from the first-hand section. Yeah, so it's a mixture, and because of that, the prices will vary. So I know these are for you and also for presents. Is that right? Yeah, okay. I think I have one or two suggestions as well, based on what you told me about the people you were buying for, and also based on the books you asked me to set aside. So I don't know if you mind, but I would like to talk a little bit about the books before you purchase them. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay, that's great. I'm really happy. I know some people are always in a rush, but it's nice when people have time. So, the first book you asked me to set aside is Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates. And I know this one is for you. Yeah. Okay. Well, as you can see, this book was adapted into a movie. Yeah. And this book is about a young couple, and I believe their names are Frank and April Wheeler, and they long to be extraordinary, but as the years go by, they slowly start finding themselves stuck more and more into this suburban white picket fence lifestyle. And they always wanted to travel Europe, and because they don't get to do these things, they start having problems. So I haven't read this book in years, but I have read it. And the movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. And as you can see, this book is from the secondhand section. You're excited to read it? Yeah, it's a good read. And at the back it says, "Here is more than fine writing. Here is what makes a book come immediately, intensely, and brilliantly alive. A masterpiece." And that's a quote by Tennessee Williams. And this book, because it's secondhand, is only going to be 50 cents. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside, and then you can purchase it later. Really? Oh, wow. Have you been enjoying the summer? You have? Oh, that's great. Did you go away on holidays, or did you stay? You stayed here? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to stay home. So, the next book I have for you is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. And this is by Jonathan Safran Foer. And you requested this book as a present, right? Yeah, I found it in the first-hand section, so it's in better condition than the last book. And this book was also made into a movie. I haven't watched the movie for this or for Revolutionary Road, so I can't tell you if they're any good. And who are you giving this to? Oh, it's your friend's birthday? Well, that's really nice. Okay, so this book is about, I think, an 8-year-old boy called Oscar, and his father passes away during the 9/11, and he goes on an adventure, I guess you could put it that way, around New York, looking for clues because his father played this game with him. It's kind of a game where he'd leave clues and have Oscar solve puzzles, and he's very intelligent for an 8-year-old boy, in my opinion. And so he goes on this adventure through New York because he thinks his father left him one last message. So, and throughout the book, the words extremely loud and incredibly close are used a lot. So yeah, and it's very unique. I really enjoyed the writing style. It was very different. And also there's like random pictures and everything all throughout the book. And sometimes the words, it's very interesting. And this book is 12 euros and 25 cents. So is that okay? It is? Okay, that's great. So I'll put that aside, and then we can look through your other books. Okay, so the next book that you requested is The Air Affair by Jasper Fforde, and I was so happy that you requested this one because I think it's very underrated and it's a really good book. It's very funny. And is this for yourself or a present? It's for yourself? Well, that's really nice. It's nice to get some things for yourself once in a while. Yeah. So, this book is from the secondhand section, so there's a bit of wear and tear, but it's still okay to read. There's no problems on the pages, so you'll definitely get the most out of the book. And because it's in bad condition, it's only 50 cents again. Yeah. Yeah, I love getting deals like that. It's really good. Yeah, I myself, I buy both first-hand and second-hand books. Yeah, I think it's great to recycle, and also it's nice when you read a book someone else has read, because you see kind of what sort of reader they are, like if they fold the pages in the corners or use bookmarks. That's really nice, yeah. So this book is set in an alternate 1984, I believe. No, 1985. And it's sort of the light read for book lovers because It's really out there. It's definitely a mixture of genres. There's some sci-fi elements and adventure and I don't know. It's a lot of things mixed together. And it follows a literary detective named Thursday Next. And the plot of this book is that there's there's a method that people are able to book jump, well, certain people. And Jane Eyre is kidnapped from Jane Eyre. So Thursday goes on a mission to retrieve her. And I love Jasper Ford's writing. It's very funny. And he uses a lot of puns. So yeah, it's really nice that you're going to read this. If you ever come back, you should let me know what you think, because I really love this book. Okay, so the last book you requested is Death Note, and this is by Chisumi Oba. I'm sorry, I completely butchered that. And is this for yourself or a present? It's a present for your niece. That's really nice. And does she like mangas? She does? And she hasn't read this one before? No? Well, this series is called Death Note. And these are the black editions. So they collect 2 volumes of the series in one. Yeah, that's a great deal, I think. And also, I particularly prefer the covers for these, and I think they're really nice to collect. This series has 12 volumes, but the black editions, there's only 6 of them. Yeah. So this is about a character called Light, and he finds a death note, which is a notebook, and it was dropped by a Shinigami death god. And in this notebook, the person whose name you write inside, and if you write it while picturing their face, they die. So yeah, it's a bit intense. How old is she again? 15. Yeah, she should be okay. It says for older teens, but I think 15 is okay. So, in this manga series, Light decides that he wants to create this perfect utopia, and he starts killing all the criminals, but the FBI starts seeing him as a criminal himself. So it's a thriller in a sense, and this other character called L, it's sort of a battle of wits between them, because he's trying to track down Light and stop him, because Light is willing to do anything to carry it out, and he kind of wants people to know he's doing it because he wants to be the leader of this new utopia. So yeah, he's a questionable protagonist for sure. Yeah, so that's a really nice gift, and this one is I think it's 12 euros. Yeah. So I'm gonna set that aside for you. Okay? Okay, so lastly, I know you said you were looking for one more book for your niece. And I picked one out for you. And this is called Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder, and it is also from our first-hand section. Yeah, so this is going to be 11 euros and 45 cents. Yeah. So this book is the first in a series. The series is called The Chronicles of Ixia. And in this series, it's sort of a fantasy series. The protagonist is called Ilenia Zaltana, I think. Yes. And she is in prison for murder. And because of that, she is given an option to save herself from the death penalty. She is given the option to be the commander's food taster or poison taster, because the commander took over the kingdom from the king, and there's a lot of attempts to murder him. So all his food has to be checked for poison before he eats them. And Ilenia obviously takes the job because it's better than dying. But you sort of find out her story, and it's a good teen book series. Yeah. And it's also brand new. So would you like to take this one for your niece as well? You would? Or are you thinking about it? No, you're sure? Okay. So I'll set that aside for you. Okay, so you've picked out in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. And over there, you can see the checkout desk, and my friend Caroline, she's going to package them up, and she'll also have them checked out for you. Is that okay? Okay, that's great. So you can always contact me, and I left my phone number with you before, right? Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Or you can always email the store, and I will pick out the books for you based on what you suggest, or based on your interest. I can pick out books to recommend. So if you ever want to come back, and also if you prefer me to take books from the second-hand section or the first-hand section, you can let me know, and I'll do that. It was very nice having you in today, and I hope you enjoy your books, and that everyone who you're going to gift books to enjoys them. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon. Okay.